for extra baggage. So don't forget to come and pick up your. Don't leave no pic.
Okay. Before I start talking about it, I just want to say it's just a conversation. That's just what it is, a conversation. I want to talk about P. Diddy. I don't really want to, but the rumors are out there. So I just want to bring this up because I thought about it a long time ago before he even got arrested, was put on trial. I thought about all these different things. But there's a rumor, and it's just what it is, a rumor. I'm not sure. I don't trust nothing nobody say now on social media because you don't know. If you don't have the facts in front of you, you don't know. And I don't have the facts in front of me. So we going to have this conversation right quick. I don't tend to be here too long. Like I say, I don't have any evidence, but it's just rumored out there, and it's out there. It is rumored that Puff Daddy Sean Diddy Combs, Brother Love, whatever you want to call him, is got some health issues. I knew that he had some health issues a long time ago because he's got to have some health issues. Now, when I say I knew he had, I don't have any proof. It's just some speculation. Now, don't come after me. I don't have nothing. All I'm saying is, for people to put out a rumor like this, there has to be a little bit of an underlying truth to something. And the rumor is out that he is possibly, HIV positive. Now, with all the freak-offs and all the things that have been, he's been accused of, sex trafficking, all these things that he's been accused of. Only thing I do know is that he is gonna be sentenced because he was convicted some months ago they got him on, I think it was sex trafficking. Yeah. They got him on sex trafficking. So with that, there are different things that has come out. It was said that they had his medical records and that they brought it up in court. Now, I didn't hear this when I was following the story when he was on trial. I didn't follow that story because I didn't know how much truth was to that story. But if it is what it is. I don't know why anybody would be shocked about him having HIV. All the freak-offs, all the things that that's been going on with him. And what he's been, accused of, accusations and stuff like that. I don't know why they wouldn't think that he would have a health issue going on. Because he's careless and reckless. So, if you go back and you think about all the people he has had sexual encounters with over, since the 90s up until now. Now, how long he's had it, they didn't say. Nobody knows that. But he's had a baby about 3 years ago. So, don't know what the thing is about that and the mother of the child and how healthy they are. He was with Jennifer Lopez. Don't know if she's healthy or not. Don't know. Can't speculate that. Can't even say. Not going to speak on that. Now, the number one person that he was with was Cassie. Okay. He was with Cassie for a long time doing these freak-offs. As we know in social media, that is who he was doing freak-offs with. I mean, they were doing a freak-off the day that they showed on the video of him brutally beating her up. So we already know she was involved or she's been exposed to such a disease. Miami, young Miami, she's been exposed. It's been rumors of gay men. It's been rumors of Meek Mills he was with. These are just what we hear. There's no proof. But we know he was with Miami, young Miami. We know he was with Cassie. We know he was with his last baby's mama. He was also with Kim Porter, who is no longer with us. Now, they say she died from pneumonia. So now what's going on? So there are numerous of people, not just women. As we know, Diddy's preference of having sexual encounters does not just lie in with a woman. Rumor says that, these are accusations that he likes men. Okay? We're not going to go into it because there's so many men I could name that they have assumptions or accusing, nothing that sticks. But there are so many different people. I don't know the young lady's name. I can't say her name, so I'm thinking about her right now. So she is the young lady who hit social media some years ago, and she was sick with the deadly disease of AIDS. And she was almost gone, but she came back and she's doing better now, much better. She's gained weight and everything. She hit social media a couple years ago and she talked about how allegedly she slept with Chris Brown. And they're saying she possibly allegedly could have been sleeping with P. Diddy. Who knows? She don't know. She don't know who gave it to her. But, you think about all these things that these celebrities are doing and these people are entangling themselves in and an entanglement. And I was reading something and hearing about, how Houston has a big epidemic in HIV. And they were talking about how these young guys and girls get it and they're not thinking about anything else. They're saying, oh, well, they have some medicine. We know they got a cure for it, but they're not giving it out yet. So that now that they got this medicine that can help with the symptoms. I'm not saying that it prevents anything or you become undetected. Don't really understand what that means either. But they feel that it's okay if they, don't protect themselves as they go from person to person. That's not true. But that's playing Russian roulette with your life. Really, really playing. So I just want to jump on here and, because I see social media is talking about it. I haven't been on in a minute. I had to take a little sabbatical and sit back and analyze some things that are going on me in my life, as far as, just kids and everything, life. And now I'm back on here. I may be coming up with a couple more different stories that I've already pre-recorded, but I just wanted to jump on right quick and tell you guys how I didn't understand. Nobody didn't understand that this could be a possibility of him being infected, P. Diddy. I don't understand how you didn't think that when he was out here living so reckless with his life. And sometimes people, when they're caught up in this world, this demonic industry that they're in, the music industry, and it's actors and comedians and all these other people, when they're caught up in this life, man, they're not thinking. I think they think they're untouchable. I think that's what they think, man. So you can't just assume that, you know, it's not going to happen to you if you're living like this. You're just moving and moving all types of ways. So I don't understand why nobody didn't think that this would be possible. Now he's in jail. So, when he goes to jail, they're going to do an extensive medical history on him. He may have known before and he may not have. He may have just found out. I don't know. But him going into the population of incarceration, they're going to check medically and see what he has and to give him a clean bill of health to see what's going on with him. So I don't know if it came out with, the correctional institution they found out, or was it through he's known for a while through his own private doctor. I don't know. So that part I do not know. But I do know that it's been exposed out there. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't have any evidence. I'm just telling you what's out there and what's being said. I have the right to say that, but I don't have the right to say I know, because I don't. I don't have any proof. It's just word of mouth, what I'm hearing. So I don't want to put nothing on nobody, no matter who it is. If it's not true, it's not true. But that's what's out there. So I just want to let you know that I'm on top of it and I'm listening. I got my ears to the street and I'm doing some other stuff that I'm working on right now. But I want you guys to know, you heard it here. This is what I'm hearing. So there are some peoples and celebrities, and not peoples, but people and celebrities that maybe came in contact with him sexually. So I don't know. They have a list of people, and they have videos. They have all this stuff. They know who's on the list. They know. So, but what they need to do is get into control about who was on the videotapes, who has been exposed. So then this can kind of die down as to where it has to end. It can't just keep going. Okay? So you know who you are if you were at the freak-offs. And I'm not talking about the parties. Parties were fine. They were normal parties. We're talking about the after parties. You know what I'm talking about. Those parties. I mean, we got the Kardashians. We got everybody involved here. So people go to these parties. Some stay for the after. When I say after, I'm talking about that freak off. They talk about it. We don't know who's exposed. It's not like somebody's going to come and say, oh, I was there. I was at the freak off, and I found out later that I got blah, 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 blah. Whether if it's just something, a simple one, which none of them are simple to me, a simple STD. They're not going to tell you that. So what I'm hearing is that they found this out and presented it in the courtroom with his trial. But I'm just not hearing this part because I followed that whole thing and I never heard that. So I don't know where they're getting this part from. And he hasn't been sentenced because his sentencing is not till October. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm hearing, how they're saying there was a video saying that the prosecutors they didn't find it. They have the evidence, and it was in an envelope, and they opened it up and presented it, and Diddy was sitting there. His family was there, his mother, his Keith, and everybody. And they opened it up and said this is what he had. Now, I don't know if this is clickbait or what, But if it is, it's awful. It's awful for somebody to lie like that. So I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm not so much going with the story because you never hear it again. But I'm just telling you, if this is clickbait from somebody trying to, you know, make their ratings go up, they ought to be ashamed of themselves for doing this, because this ain't right. You don't falsely accuse nobody of nothing like that. So I'm just telling you what they're saying. And if they're saying it and it's wrong, it's a lie, it's bad. That's why I say I don't have no proof. I don't know. I'm telling you what they're saying out there in the tabloids, in the streets, social media. And if this is a lie, they ought to be shaming themselves for lying on them. Okay? So it gets dramatic the way the video comes out. I'm not going to say the person's name who put this video out. I don't want to. But it's bad. If they're lying, it's bad. But I, who followed the whole trial, never heard this. Never heard this. Never heard nobody. And the people that I follow that I know that's got the story and that I know are factual people that I find that was following this story also, that was there outside the courtroom, they never said anything about it. They never said anything about it. So this is why I'm skeptical about what they said. But I'm putting this out here because, I mean, clickbait is one thing. But, you know, to lie on somebody straight out like that, that's not right at all. So if this is a lie, I didn't tell it. Somebody else did. But I'm reporting and I'm putting them on blast that ain't cool. But this is what's out there. So in between time and in the meantime, we just had that little conversation. Now I'm going to post this. But like I said, I don't have any evidence as to what happened or what's going on. So don't come for me, because I didn't say it. I just heard it. And the reason why I got on here with no evidence is because if that person or people that are putting this out, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They should. Real shame. But okay, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. And we just had that conversation. Bye-bye.